This video contains topics surrounding mental health and depression. If you currently feel unsafe or uncomfortable exploring these topics with me, then it is okay to simply stop watching this video. I think it is important to talk about mental health and how it impacts our finances, because it does. And there are ways to change it that we're going to explore in this video. So the truth is, the more content we feel in our financial lives, the less stressed we feel about our finances. Financial literacy really begins with financial honesty and transparency. The more honest we can be about what's going on with our money, the more that we can stay in tune with exactly where we want to get in our financial future and address the problems that are happening. It's true, mental health is impacted by our financial health. And also, we can flip that and say financial health is impacted by our mental health. They go both ways. Now let's take a look at the research that shows this is true. A study published in October of 2020 of aging and mental health said about 40% of consumers who have had credit card debt said it affected their general happiness. 1/3 said it negatively affected their standard of living, and 1 in 5 said it harmed their health. Another journal that was published from the Journal of Family and Economic Issues said that each additional $1,000 in student loan debt with 6% higher odds of financial worry happened, and each additional $1,000 in credit card debt with a 4% higher chance of financial worry. The more credit card debt that you have, the more financial worry that you have. And while the research says it's true, I also went back and saw inside of the Debt-Free Millennials Facebook group that there are several testimonials that claim that this was true for them as well. I had posed a question inside of that group asking what was the real reason that people were in credit card debt. Oftentimes we're gonna say, well, I overspent. Of course you did, that's why you're in credit card debt. But let's go deeper than that. What was at the root of this problem? And so many people said, bored, undiagnosed ADHD, lack of understanding and knowledge, instant gratification, dopamine, impulse online shopping. Someone also said depression has been the secret factor of my entire adult life. Most of my credit card spending centers around eating out or ordering in, which I do when I'm craving certain things or I don't want to cook, both of which are tied to depression and anxiety triggers for me. Even right this second, I'm having an emotionally rough day, and my brain's immediate response is, what if you added pizza to this? It would have been cheaper for me to pay for therapy in my 20s than it has been to pay for credit card interest related to ordering food. Others mentioned infertility, and going through the journey of pregnancy and trying to conceive led to emotional spending, such as takeout, self-care, and weekend trips to soften the blow of another failed cycle that we all put our hopes and dreams into. Others said medical expenses at first, then it was online shopping and going out to restaurants to fill my time and loneliness. Others said stress, undiagnosed ADHD again, impulse spending when they were stressed, and overwhelm. So they used money to escape and make life easier short term. So if you're resonating with this and thinking, yes, I definitely reach for my credit card or have it linked to my phone so that it makes it easy for me to online shop when I'm feeling bored, lonely, depressed, there are some ways to fix this, and I want to give you a really easy exercise that could be really eye-opening for you. This exercise is going to allow you to write a letter to money. You're like, what? That sounds weird, but stay with me on this. We're going to write a letter to money based off of a moment in time in your life, in your childhood, where you really can identify when you first started thinking and interacting and experiencing money for the first time. Think of that core memory where you were interacting with money. This could be your 10-year-old self, this could be your 15-year-old self, your 18-year-old self. And think of a time when you were interacting with money. And I want you to write this down in a journal and write the response to the following prompt. Dear Money. I know it sounds a little crazy, but I think this is really going to help you unpack those money stories that started early on in childhood. In fact, I want to share with you one of the letters that I have written to money from my 10-year-old self. Okay, never shared this online, but here we go. In the truth of transparency, I'm going to share exactly what I wrote in hopes that it helps you and inspires you to write your own letter to money. So this is a letter to money from 10-year-old me. Dear Money, you are a little unknown to me, but I know you are special. I know that you can be slippery, but spending you is fun. I know you can help my family buy a new house with more space. I know it was a big deal that my Nana bought me and my sister a TV for our room. At times, I felt like you could easily be spent on school supplies, clothes, candy, and toys, but I'm unclear of how to earn you and why I should hold on to you. My mom and dad say they don't have enough of you, but I'm not sure why, because I have some really great things because of you. A big bedroom to myself, a neighborhood pool, new clothes and shoes, the opportunity to do cheerleading, orchestra, and Girl Scouts. It feels like some things are out of reach because there's not enough of you. What I do know is you're still a mystery to me. You create fun when you're around, and I don't know how to keep more of you around. I hope I get to see you again soon. Love, 10-year-old me. So it might sound a little weird, but I think you kind of get the idea, right? That now, as my 10-year-old self, I really had no idea what money was used for other than to spend it on the fun stuff, and I really was unclear of why I should be saving. As a result, I was not a good saver in my teens and really not even in my collegiate years because I was so used to just spending money on the fun stuff. And I really had to teach myself and discipline myself on why I needed to save money. And towards the end of college, I knew I needed to save money so that I could make rent. And that was the biggest aha, was save money for rent, and then later on figured out, okay, I really need to save money not just for the short term, but also for long-term goals that I had. So for you, I would love for you to write a letter to money. You can do it once. I've actually done this exercise multiple times from different viewpoints of my past self. So I've done it as 10-year-old me, I've done it as 15-year-old me, and so on. So I think this is really going to be step one for you to uncover that real reason why you're in credit card debt, because how you experienced money in the past has really shaped and reflected how you're spending and overspending money as an adult now. The second part of this activity, if you want to take this further, is when we're in credit card debt, you're actually not feeling that transaction. You're not emotionally connected to money. Your relationship with money is very much passive right now, and we need to create some activeness inside of what you're doing with your finances. So try this for the next week, is to withdraw cash from a bank. Yes, I know, old school. Who withdraws cash anymore? Withdraw cash from a bank and use it for an area of spending that you know you overspend in. So pick one category of your spending. Let's say you eat out a lot. Much like some of the examples from the Facebook group, a lot of people were ordering takeout. So with takeout, you really can only use cash. You can't prepay, so you can't do DoorDash anymore, but you are still allowed to do takeout so long as you pay for it with cash. And I want you to try this for just 1 week, 7 days. That's all I'm asking for you to commit to, and see what kind of awareness you build into your spending habits. Physically feeling the cash and visually seeing it in a cash envelope is really going to help you see that money is finite. It is not an infinite resource like you are used to on a credit card, because it's not. You actually have to earn that and use it as a tool. And so if you can get into the habit of just physically carrying the cash just for 1 week or maybe even 2 weeks, set a budget, say, okay, for eating out for the next 7 days, I'm going to withdraw $50, $100, whatever it is. Withdraw that cash and see how far it takes you. You'd be real surprised to see at the end of the 7 days just how little you have left or how often you're thinking about it so that you're not spending it. Those are the little habits and changes that I want you to get used to and practice, because we need to heal the relationship with money first so that we can be better and more responsible credit card users next. If you want to go deeper with this, be sure to check out my one-on-one coaching program where we go over my signature framework, the Debt-Free Millennials Money Method, and we start to heal our relationship with money. Not just that, but actually attack and achieve your financial goals. I will link to that program down in the description box below. If you liked this video and thought it was helpful, be sure to give it a big thumbs up, and don't forget to join the fam. We are achieving over 100,000 subscribers on the channel so that you can stay up to date and never miss another video from me where we talk about how you can crush debt, build financial confidence that leads to more fun and less payments.